Newgen Ninjas, the bodies will
Tempest! Viper!
Oh my god.
Viper! He just won it!
But everything that's pretty must come to an end, and it could be an ugly one for Amigos if they don't manage to make it happen. As we begin with point number 1 inside of the hill, there's going to be Fran currently holding alongside with his teammates who are making sure that no one gets close. Eventually he gets killed at a distance, does not matter too much. They keep clean control. Viper gonna be executed. The next one is gonna be Fran, a back and forward which finally allows for Amigos to get in, but let's see for how long. It is Apuka who bounces in.
Apuka's going to squeeze as well, sees through the smoke screen and finds an important kill. It's a good bounce back from Amigos. Initially Newgen came out swinging and found all the early kills, but Amigos apply the pressure. It's then going to be playing over towards P2. It's going to be, well, contested initially, but there's a lack of numbers for Newgen. And as Fran falls, that should give Amigos the opportunity to set up. This midline pressure in particular going to be what they have to deal with first. It's 2 kills in blue. Viper does well to, okay, doesn't get the kill, but he puts enough damage into Sweewa to slow him. And you find 2 more if you're Amigos and make that 4 dead bodies. 1 will stick around to try and fight this, but it will not last for long. Viper cleaned off the board. Amigos an opportunity to scrabble some points together.
That's right. Still 40 seconds left, and they got plenty of control. Let's see if they can maintain it. Pushing forward, there's going to be Viper trying to get inside with a VMP.
Ouch.
Oh my goodness. The 100 kill run to the face to completely deny the entrance there. That's a double. That's a triple kill now. 4 spades from up above. There's the Pred missile for Sweewa, and all of a sudden the continuous control gonna allow Amigos to be the ones on top. There's still 20 seconds left. The control is in their hands, but let's see if they can maintain it at a distance. There's Sweewa now with a Tempest trying to keep things clean, but the battle continues. Fran is inside. The next one to fall was a Viper, and for that reason there's 10 extra seconds that are gonna be so sweet for Amigos.
Well, we talked about how this map plays out, and while it's very early days, it was close confinement fight. Viper's only on 5 kills, Sweewa's on 12.
Wow.
That is just opening up so much of the map for the Brazilians. Rafa's going to hold from deep left. He's going to try and push out of Temple. Warden's got the equalizer. What can you make work with it? And the answer's nothing. Sweewa finds that opener. Sapuki then answers with 2, one of them being Viper. Spades pops the death machine, squeezes forward, and while it gets you some kills, sure, probably not as many as you would have wanted, doesn't matter because the boys are flooded forward.
That's right, everybody's putting in their own weight, and because of that, Amigos are doing a great job in here. Losing a little bit of control just to make sure that they are staying alive. There's Rafa with the equalizer, is gonna run out of time, does not matter too much. There's Marvel trying to cause some pain through the wall, not gonna work out. Finally gets a kill, tries to get inside, but at a distance, there is Christine to take him out, to tear him apart. Amigos with back-to-back super good hills that allows for them to build a solid advantage.
Solid advantage indeed. I don't think Newgen Ninjas will know what quite hit them. The opening fights were far too easy, and Amigos said, not today. We are standing and fighting for our tournament lives. And Sweewa, already on 18, is going to push. Has himself time in the hill. That being said, spawns actually flip out for a second. You get the collapse coming from Newgen Ninjas. We'll give them a clean couple of seconds here. The ability to push a line forward, set up to defend. The War Machine's going to stop any push through that bottleneck. Crozen's going to find one in mid. That could open up a lane of entry. But Fran's reading it and times it to perfection to catch Crozen hopping through.
Perfection is exactly what they need right now with complete control. They got 40 seconds left. They got to make sure that they squeeze as much time as they humanly can. Now, they are actually losing control inside of the hill. There was a solid, I would say, 8 seconds where they had the control, but there was no one inside of the hill. Ergo, no one's actually taking the points. 25 seconds left. And once again, that's going to happen. It's going to be Rafa trying to get inside, but the fight continues, does not manage to get the control, and it is actually going to be Sweewa who bounces back inside. We've been talking about him so much, but I'm not necessarily super fan of how Newgen are managing the objective itself.
Yeah, it's a tough one because I guess that role isn't specifically assigned. I guess you've not got that kind of balance between your team. They complement each other in many ways. But it could be a mentality moment of, well, I thought that actually belonged to you. Rafa finds 2, Spades finds another. You've got the hill under control, and you will get across that 100-point marker. It's no longer that 50-point lead that we saw not long ago, but it is still enough for now to feel like you have breathing room. Sweewa on the Tempest could make it a lovely little buffer. But how does he approach this? It looks like he's going to wrap back through P5 and in through Chicken. And if he gets in through the back here, he could cut off any reinforcements, and he does activate to find Marvel. The boys have hill control. And, well, I actually think he gets that timing just off, but do you find Warden? You do. Another land in your lap. 2-piece for Sweewa. 24 on the board already.
The exact same thing that we were praising Viper for is exactly what Suiwa has been trying to do this game so far, which is making sure that you are at least denying as best as you can an entrance into the opponents so that your allies continues to focus on the other areas. There's so many different angles where they can come from that if you close one of them is definitely going to help your team a lot, and because of that, 135 to 87 in favor of Amigos. And let's be reminded, this was the hill that started it all for Amigos with that double, now triple kill for Sapuka, the death machine for Spades. The control is there. He missed so many shots, but still, the initial hold is for Amigos.
Yeah, the thing is, you do miss the shots, and you would have liked more from it, but you do at least push forward enough to continue to hold time. That being said, Viper answers beautifully with his Tempest. Feels like he's finding his way into this a little bit, heating up, breaking through the earlier struggles. He's at 20 and could make that 21, trying to find time for his teammates to get into the fight. He's given them the back spawns now. Trophy's going to go out. This should give you a chance to squeeze. Jez with the Sparrow just going to thread the needle. Spots a gap. And you cross 100 points as well if you're Newgen Ninjas. And every time Amigos think that they've fended them off, they come rolling back in. And the problem, the writing on the wall is with Viper starting to get hot, can he start to dictate the second half of this map?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Viper has finally took on the action of actually getting as many kills as humanly possible. There's another double kill for him as I begin to talk about him. There's a few more for his squad. That's a triple kill for Viper. Viper continues to push for more. Viper also had a pen system that he used just a few seconds ago as we're pushing into the next hill. It is finally happening for Newgen, where they're controlling the objective while at the same time taking the kills. They were lacking that in the first half, and now in this second rotation they have fixed that mistake, and for that they have at least closed that gap a little bit.
Kill feed just lights up in blue. So many kills in a row here for the Newgen Ninjas. Fits and starts at times, sure, but when these boys flow, they are on fire. Two operators invested. You'll see the Tempest, you'll see the War Machine. Fran's going to cover one side. Rafa will try and break in, does enough to cut down one, but instantly traded. However, that does allow Sweewa and Sapuka moments to fly forward, find the kills. 3 on the board, and with that, you should get a little bit of this scrap time. Newgen Ninjas don't really know how to give up any fight. I don't think it's in any of their nature, so they'll go back to fight for that while also considering the rotation. Nades are going to come over, though, and land flush at the feet. Amigo's doing very good to slow that, but they won't really be in position to contest just yet.
And all of a sudden, 161 to 150. The over 50-point gap has already reduced to only 11 seconds. Inside of the hill, there is going to be the bounce from Fran, if I'm not mistaken. He got taken down. There's Marvel now trying to fight, trying to defend, and with the help of Viper, that is actually going to work out. That's some great teamwork. They have finally managed to fix their issues, and for that, they are now the ones in the lead. And now you got to question the side of Amigos, because Sweewa, I want to say in the last 2 hills, he's gotten like 5 kills.
Yeah, he's suddenly found himself countered. Warden with the equalizer. Oh, loses that actually to Sapuka. Death Machine comes out from Marvel as Newgen Ninjas take this lead. Sweewa's going to try and answer with his Tempest, and that kind of sums it up a little bit. You pop it out, you're instantly shut down. Can't get his way going. He's on 30 kills, but Rafa's the one leading the way for them right now with 35. I think for once it's Crozin that I'm looking for a little bit more from down there on 15. Make it 16. Squeezing forward with the XM4. And right now, Newgen just hitting a different level, a different beast entirely to what we saw through the first rotation. Sapuka will do his best to slow that, to stem that, to tide. But, well, every single time it feels like Amigos are trying to get back in the fight. Newgen Ninjas answer with a nice passage.
That's right. Somebody flipped the switch, and all of a sudden that Amigos momentum completely flips onto the Newgen Ninjas. And in here, they are doing a great job, already approaching the 200-point mark. Inside of the hill, there's going to be none other than Jess. Jess, trying to maintain the control, is going to be executed by Rafa. Rafa with the double will try to regain control, but a good nade by Marvel will take him down. Amigos trying to fight back. Amigos trying to make sure that at least the side of Newgen are not getting too far ahead for themselves. And ladies and gentlemen, This game is beginning to get close to conclusion, but who is going to win? I have absolutely no idea. The advantage continues to be in the series 2-1 for Newgen, so Amigos are struggling but trying to make sure that we go to a game 5.
Nothing better than a close hard point to decide who progresses in tournament play. And we will be staring at it very soon. Both teams hit 200 as the next hill pops.
200.
You will hit Newgen Ninjas in the back line if you're Amigos trying to play in through Temple, flip those spawns out. Do you manage to do it with those kills? The answer is yes. You're going to have to cross the entirety of the map if you're the Newgen Ninjas. They're going to play in through P5. 3 kills on the board for the Brazilians. Equalizer's going to flood you forward. Equalizer's going to get you a couple of kills, and it gets you damage as well. That lets your teammates trade. 3 points between the two, and the operator investment is huge from Amigos. They've recognized the opportunity in front of them.
And on top of that, the double kill with the Pred missile is going to be huge. Viper trying to get inside here with the SMG. Let's see if he can do it alongside with Marvel. Marvel to the ground. Viper is killed, and so is Fran. Ladies and gentlemen, AMG. Amigos inside of the kill. 25 seconds left. It's not going to be enough, but it's definitely going to get them super close if they manage to keep the control. A lot of nades and a lot of stuff going on at the same time. There's going to be the retake now going in favor of Newgen thanks to the hands of Marvel, and because of that, he's trying to survive through the smoke. He's getting the help from Fran, but still not going to be enough. The retake is once again going to be in favor of Amigos. We're going to be moving on to the next hill, and the advantage is barely but still there now in favor of Amigos.
Swiwa used the Tempest in order to ensure that you didn't give up that scrap time. Both teams split by just 4 points. There will be an operator coming in from Jez. There's also going to be the Hunter Killer drone going out, and here comes the death machine from Marvel. Run into him if you dare. He's just going to stand on the point and free fire forward. The problem is, does he get dropped on from Rafa from above? And he reads it. He understands exactly what's at stake and knows how to counter the play. Sapuka is going to be trying to trade that out. He falls to Marvel, who finds 2 in the feed, and his double kills all over the board. 235 to 230 coming up here as AMG send their own death machine into the mix.
All of a sudden, inside of the hill, there's going to be Jez gets taken down. The next one to fight is going to be Sapuka. Sapuka inside, trying to hold. There's just 2 people coming in at once. Garden gonna execute him. There's the equalizer. 20 seconds left. That's more than enough for the side of Newgen. They can take it home, but Twiwa from behind gonna take a kill. All of a sudden, Garden has to turn back around and gets executed. Amigos are still alive. 10 seconds left in that hill, and that's more than enough for 2 teams trying to defend themselves. There's Swiwa with a double. Swiwa with a paper plane at a distance will connect, and now with a weapon will defend, and all of a sudden, Amigos are 1 second away, but they're not gonna get it just yet.
Newgen Ninjas will get on the rotation. You just need the 1 second if you're Amigos. It might even be half. 3 kills though for Newgen Ninjas. The bodies will fall. The Tempest is out. Viper can squeeze forward. You've got yourself the trophies.
Oh my God!
4 and 5 and 6. Now you push and you find everything to clean it out. Newgen Ninjas will be victorious at the end of our Apocalypse hardpoint.
They're so happy. Look at them.
A second was needed for Amigos, and Viper recognizes the pressure, the pedestal that he is placed on by his region, and finds the final blows.
I'm shaking. I'm actually shaking. That is the best map we've had the whole day. Just a second away. And you can see it in the faces of Newgen that they are so happy, but at the same time probably feeling so much anxiety of what would just happened.
I don't know if they're feeling anxiety. I'm feeling anxiety. That was incredible, man.